Let's see who's heard of these words now. Speleogenesis? Really? What does it mean?
It's the creation of rock formations.
Yes! Guys, you're wonderful! Okay, I was going to throw more terms, but now we know. My fascination with caves actually started with a miserable story. We went to Puerto Rico last year, and we did, you know, the usual things, the bioluminescent bay, San Juan, the rainforest, the usual stuff. Ate a lot of food. Then someone told us about these fabulous caves in the northwest part of the country. So we drove, trying to find it. We drove round and round, and we would end up in that big radio telescope place. And we'd go again, and again we'd end up in the radio telescope place. All the signs said go there, and we go there and find the radio telescope. We didn't find the caves. And after 2 hours of miserable riding in that hot summer, we finally ended up in the caves. And that was fascinating. It was really, really fascinating. I've been to caves before, but this must be more fascinating because of my miserable drive. But it had these 10, 12-story high caves, and they were ethereal. They had these rock formations and these little tunnels which would end in these pools, which looked as though they were feet deep, but they were just, you know, a few inches deep. So that's where my fascination started. And the next thing that happened was my husband took a cave geology class. And for 6 months, he would come home very excited, learned about all these processes of how caves are actually formed, and teach me all the chemistry behind it. Believe me, it wasn't boring. He knew what he was talking about, and it was really fascinating. So today I'm going to show you a little bit of what he told me. Before we go ahead, we have to understand 3 terms. One is karst. Karst is a terrain which consists of soluble bedrock, where it's possible, which has a propensity to form caves. Okay. The other one is speleogenesis, like Joel said. It is the formation of caves, the process of formation of caves. Speleotherms is the rock formations, the stalagmites and the stalactites. Now, I'm not going to talk about the minutiae of everything that he explained, but a little bit of science, just a teeny weeny bit, because after all, we're geeks. So speleogenesis is this process. It takes millions and millions of years to form, and has a lot of history, and it contains a lot of history in it. The formation of Earth can be found, you know, the history and the carbon dating of Earth can be found. So it consists of these processes. It has, for example, this one, it has many ways of forming a cave, but one of them is this situation where you have a sandstone layer followed by a limestone layer. The sandstone is porous, limestone is soluble, and you have an ore which is insoluble. So the water drips through and forms, as you see in B, it forms a small little channel. The channel grows bigger and bigger as more water comes through, and then the ore form collapses because it has nothing to support it. And so now we have a cave, and with more erosion, more of these ore forms fall, and you have a bigger and bigger caves. Believe me, it doesn't happen in 4 simple steps like this. It takes billions of years. So that's what speleogenesis is. Now, how do these stalagmites and stalactites form, right? That's again very fascinating, very, very fascinating. This is just one way of doing it. There are many soluble bedrock formations, bedrocks. We're talking about calcium carbonate. That's limestone, chalk, those kind of things. Now, calcium carbonate is the water, the carbon dioxide in the soil mixes with rainwater and forms a weak acid. That acid reacts with calcium carbonate and forms carbonic acid and the actual silicate. It drips down into your cave, which took a million years to form, and it leaves the calcite behind and drops the water, and that's how you get your stalagmites. It takes eons to form that. And sometimes these water droplets fall on the floor and evaporates, and you get stalagmites. Sorry, the top one is stalactites and the bottom one is stalagmites. It's actually, though it takes eons to form, when you visit caves and you touch any one of these things, they all stop their formation. They do not work anymore. So it takes millions of years to form, but just 1 second of human sweat to kill it. So why these caves? When you enter the caves and see these fascinating forms, don't you feel like going and exploring some of these? Or is it only me? So there's many types of formations. You've seen stalagmites, you've seen stalactites. These things are very interesting. They're called draperies. They are formed by a faster flow of water. And you have flow stones where water just pours down, and you have straws, those tiny stalactites. They form like straws, pencil thin. Okay, now for some eye candy, some really beautiful caves. These are called Lechigua caves, and these are formed not from the top down approach, but from the bottom up. They have petroleum deposits underneath. These are in Mexico, and the hydrogen sulfide gas that comes up causes the gypsum to dissolve, and you get these caves. When you brand new caves, gypsum caves are pristine white, but with people coming in, they get brown with all the atmospheric disturbances. So they're beautiful, beautiful formations. There's something that it's like going to an outer space exploration odyssey. They are very, very interesting. They're very alien forms of formation. This, for instance, is called a bottle brush stalactite. It's formed because the water level actually remained here and the erosion took place. Anyway, why do I like these caves, and why do people study these caves? For this reason. Sinkholes. This actually opened up in Guatemala just a few years ago. And the reason is they pumped out the water. The aquifer was filled with water. They pumped it out, and it just collapsed. Besides this, it also has a lot of other interests. Cave paintings, carbon dating, fossils. These are all a small part of what caves contain. Hence my fascination. I hope this inspires you to go and visit some caves. Thank you.